ping pong. Yesterday's match was not a football match, it was a ping pong match between Barcelona and Atletico Bilbao. Why am I saying that? Because in the first 10 minutes, if you saw the match, you could see there was no midfield engaged in any team. There was no midfield in Atletico Bilbao, there was no midfield in Barcelona, especially in Barcelona. All the balls were from one end to other, from one end to other. Atletico Bilbao creates a chance, they miss. Barcelona creates a chance, they miss. From to here. That was the whole summary of Barcelona versus Atletico Bilbao till one man steps in the pitch in the halftime. And very well who I am talking about. Coming from the match of Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona, obviously our players were tired. A lot of our main players were playing the full 90 minutes in that match, and they were quite frankly exhausted, frustrated and looked lethargic from the starting of the match. But saying that, Hansi Flick took some wise decision and made some shuffle in the formation, and instead of Rafinha we saw Marcus Rashford, instead of Ferran Torres we saw Episopud, instead of Pedri we saw Casado, instead of Fermin Lopez we saw Dani Olmo. And in the back line, well, what can we say? We have Alejandro Balde injured, Koundé injured, and Christensen is... there was a player named Christensen. I remember that, for God's sake. Do any of you remember the player named Christensen in our team? Having all those injuries, all those shuffling and this and that, our back four looked like we had shuffled some deck, and we ourselves don't know who is playing in which position. When I heard that the backline is going to be of Joao Cancelo, Eric Garcia, Cubarsí and Gerard Martin, here is what I thought. Gerard Martin was going to play in left back, Cubarsí and Eric Garcia in the defense, and Joao Cancelo in right back. Turns out, Joao Cancelo is left back, Gerard Martin and Cubarsí in the central defense, and Eric Garcia at right back. Talk about versatility. This kind of versatility, this kind of shuffling is rarely seen in players among all these big teams. And here we are, shuffling almost 4 times in one match. When Bernal was took off for Pedri, and we saw Casado and Pedri play as a defensive midfield and play as a double pivot and dictate the game. After a while, Casado got cramps and Casado was took off as well. Mind you, Casado can play as a right back as well. He has played some matches for Hansi Flick, especially for Hansi Flick during his first few days of his managerial career in Barca. He played as the right back. So in that pitch, we had at least 5 players who could play interchangeably in right back, in center back, in left back. That was the kind of versatility we were dealing with. Atletico Bilbao was dealing with, and still there is no stability. We have versatility but no stability, no, nothing, nada. So when Casado took off, we saw Araujo come in, and immediately we came to the conclusion that if Araujo is coming in, then obviously Eric Garcia is going to play in the defensive midfield. Then who is going to play in the right back? Joao Cancelo shifted to right back and Gerard Martin shifted to left back. You see the type of shuffling we are doing in the middle of the game? Our center back, our left back, right back position interchanging among themselves in the middle of the game, let alone the fans. Even the Atletico Bilbao players will be confused as hell. Who are they going to run against? Is it going to be Joao Cancelo? Is it going to be Gerard Martin? Is it going to be Balde? You get what I'm trying to say. This match was going to be a tough match because obviously we are coming from an exhausting match. All of the players are fatigued, they are tired. Playing back-to-back intense games like this was going to be physically demanding, and it demanded as well. Yes, they were playing rubbish, but still they delivered to the demand. This game is just the clear example of the fact that in some games you will try to play good, you will try to control everything, but still due to fatigue, due to consequences, due to this and that, and due to the tactical prowess of the opposite manager as well, there are going to be difficult chances. But one thing that I cannot forgive my players for is the type of misplacement, ball misplacement, ball mispasses, rubbish connection between themselves. It looked horrendous. None of the players were able to control the game, especially in the first 10 minutes. And in the first 10 minutes, it looked like Atletico Bilbao are just in the door just knocking at the door. At any moment, they will just barge in. It was milli-inches away from scoring a goal. Either from Joao Cancelo's own goal, it would have been such a perfect opening, isn't it? Let Athletic Bilbao counters from, didn't even counter from the whistle, they had the position, they just delivered it. Eric Garcia made a mistake, they countered from the right back, delivered a cross, and Inaki Williams was standing right there. He would have scored the goal if Joao Cancelo didn't make that awesome save. Ironically, thanks to his good fortune, it didn't turn into an own goal. Coming to Joao Cancelo, what a rubbish game he had today. Giving away balls so easily, missed passes in such area where the attackers or where the opposite players can easily build a counter attack. This game proved that Joao Cancelo against high pressure players or high pressure team like Atletico Bilbao, team which like to pressure up high, is going to be a problem. Joao Cancelo is not fit for that kind of formation, for that kind of tactic. We are going to need a player like Alejandro Balde in this kind of matches where the opposition like to press high. They like to press you from your own box, and in this kind of situation, we miss a player like Balde. And coming to the opposite side of Joao Cancelo, Eric Garcia is defensively very good. Yes, he is very solid, but it has also been a little time that Eric Garcia hasn't played in that right back position, due to which that attacking awareness in him, the attacking consistency, the attacking nature in him has been subdued. He in general has never been an attacking player, so whenever he has played in that right back position instead of Koundé, we lacked that flair in the right back position, because for obvious reason he is not an attacking midfielder, defensive mindset player. So the lack of attacking threat in Lamine's position made it much clear that he is going to have to do it all alone. And what Koundé's presence did is, Koundé used to overlap either inside or outside, which used to draw away a defender or a player from Lamine's side, which in return used to create space for Lamine to drive. Now that there is no player doing that such overlapping runs, Lamine is barricaded by so many players that it is difficult for him to do all the tricks and skills or whatever he does. And also due to the lethargy, today he was not in his full form, but still not being in full form and still scoring a goal like that, he is magical. He is an awfully talented player who in default setting as well, who doesn't have to be in max setting. He in his default setting as well is as dangerous as one could wish for. The first half was shit. Not only Barcelona but Bilbao was very shitty as well, because they got some very good chances, very well positioned chances. In one certain sequence, Joao Cancelo gave away the ball and they took a counter attack. They made a counter attack, but it was not fruitful for them because of the lack of technical ability in the final third. And then Pau Cubarsí gave away one ball that gave away one ball to straight to the Athletic Bilbao attacking midfielder, I guess, and he delivered a cross which was dealt poorly by the striker of Athletic Bilbao. Otherwise, it could have been a goal easily. And then coming to the main man who kept us in the game for the whole match, Joao Garcia. If it would not have been him, if it wasn't for him, we would have been 2-0 down, 3-0 down quite easily. He anticipated so many counter-attacks, he anticipated so many position loss, he anticipated so many shots so well that we managed to keep the clean sheet only because of him. Neither the defenders, neither the midfielders, neither the attackers, none of them pressed well, none of them defended well, none of them recovered well. It was only due to Joao Garcia's prowess in the goal box that we managed to keep a clean sheet. So no matter how much you love Lamine, no matter how much you love Pedri, you have to give your appreciation to Joao Garcia. He is the man who has changed this team's backline completely. If it wasn't for him, we would have been 3-0 down, 3-1 down, and the result would have been completely different. The gap that we have against Real Madrid right now, the 4 points gap, would have been trimmed down to 1 point. Thanks to Joao Garcia. Thanks to him, it didn't trim down. Now coming to the man who actually changed the game completely and turned the tide towards us, Pedri Gonzalez. This is the man who makes every player around him 10 times more better than usual. He even makes Dani Olmo look better. He even makes Casado look better. Unfortunately, Ferran Torres is not one of them who could be made look better even by Messi himself as well. But keeping him aside, Pedri comes in, immediately we look more composed, we look more calm, we look like we had purpose on the ball, we look like we had some idea what to do with the ball, and immediately we created some chances as well through Pedri, through Lamine. The involvement of Pedri created some chance in Lamine's side as well. Apart from Lamine making all those flashy dribbles and flashy skills, there was some one-two connection between Pedri and him, due to which it led to some clear-cut chances, and ultimately the goal came from Pedri's assist as well. The way he carried the ball, the way he comes out of every difficult situation, every difficult pressing blows my mind. How can a player be so elegant, so calm, cool under pressure and come out of any difficult situation without any trouble? How does he manage to do that? But however, coming to the next thing that we need to address, there is some sort of panic in the players among us, because I didn't saw, it could be due to the jersey, it could be due to the pitch or whatever it is, but I didn't see Athletic Bilbao misplace any pass as much as Barca players did. Even Pedri made a misplaced pass, a humongous misplaced pass that turned into a throw-in, fortunately, but still Pedri made a misplaced pass. So you have to think there is something wrong or something happening with the mind of our players. Because why would a player like Joao Cancelo give away so many balls so easily, slip on the ball so easily? And one question of mine that needs to be answered. Why is it that our players, whenever they go outside of Camp Nou, they slip so easily? What is wrong with their starts that they do not connect well with the ground apart from Camp Nou? What is the problem with their boots? Why do I see Lamine Yamal trying to put a trivela with his left foot and hit the ground instead of ball? What is wrong with their boots? What is the problem with their mind? Then coming to the parasite of our team, Ferran Torres. Mind you, I have said this before, I am saying it again. He is having the best season of his career. In terms of number, he is doing the best he could offer. But my man's involvement in the game is so bad. So bad. In the first half, the first 45 minutes, among all the Barcelona players and among all the Atletico Bilbao players, Ferran Torres has had the least amount of touches on the ball. 9 touches on the ball in the first 45 minutes. And as a striker, you can understand that he's a holding striker, maybe a striker, or maybe a fox in the box, or whatever his playing style is. Maybe due to his playing style, he doesn't get too much touches on the ball. But it is interesting when you get to know the fact that in the 45 minutes of this match, let alone Barca players, all the Atletico Bilbao players had more touches than him. Even the goalkeeper of Athletic Bilbao had more touches than Ferran Torres. Let alone the goalkeeper, let alone the defender, let alone every player. There was a player of Athletic Bilbao who played only 10 minutes in the first half and then was subbed off. He had more touches in the first 10 minutes itself than Ferran Torres in the whole 45 minutes. Could you care to explain that? Could you care to explain how can that happen? How can a player of such high caliber, or maybe such fake caliber and in such high club, play like that and get away? It was like Barca was playing with 10 men from the beginning of the match without a red card. His pressing isn't coordinated. He is so underconfident that a clear throw pass to him, a clear ball that was lofted towards him to finish, to secure a goal, he, instead of taking a shot on the goal, tries to cut the ball in, make a pass in. To whom? To the defender of the opposite team. Not a pass to our player, no, to the defender of the opposite team. He is so underconfident right now that if you give him a ball and say there is an open bar, shoot, he'll shoot it in the sky. He'll shoot it towards the moon. His goal is so high. His vision is so high. It doesn't contain in a goal box. A goal box is never enough for him. It has to be in the sky. It has to be somewhere around in the corner box. Not in the goal bar. No, that is Ferran Torres for us. Rant aside, jokes aside, we somehow managed to secure our 3 points from a very difficult scenario, very difficult stadium, very difficult match as well. The match was intense. They were pressing high. They were giving their all. Our Barca players, most of the players were tired, lethargic. exhausted, and given all of this scenario, given all of this, all the injuries, all the underconfident player, giving all of that, it is a miracle that we somehow managed to pull off 3 points from this ground, from this stadium, and I'm quite happy that we did, and we have managed to keep our lead of 4 points from Real Madrid, and the title race is still on. There are so many matches still left, El Clasico is still to come, and so many difficult fixtures, away fixtures as well, that are still to come. The Champions League is in the race as well. We are in the Champions League race, and due to all these injuries, all the lack of availability of player, I am a little concerned about Champions League, but hopefully we'll see how it goes. That was my point of view about the match. Tell me down below, comment below, what are your point of view about the match as well. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to Boots and Balls.